everyone, my name is Omie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is my second ever video, the latest edition of my political views. First of all, I want to sincerely apologise for the fact that I haven't uploaded anything recently. Like, I had planned to be doing a video every 2 weeks approximately, but things just got in the way, so much schoolwork and everything. But I'm back, I'm here now, and as compensation I'm going to be giving you guys 2 videos this week, and I'm committing to at least 1 video a week, no matter how short, just to give you an insight into how I'm feeling and what political views I'm talking about. Before I go into what I'm going to talk about today, please like the video, please comment down below on everything I've spoken about, and please subscribe to my channel. I'm really grateful if you do. Thank you. So, first of all, let's throw out the question. What question am I talking about this week? So in my last video, I spoke about the biggest political events of 2017. If you want to watch that, that is on my channel as well. And that was kind of a broad overview of those events and kind of just giving you details, giving you facts. In this video, I'm going to be talking more about a specific issue and then giving both sides of that argument and trying to find out what you guys think about it as well. So the issue this week is Black Lives Matter an effective form of protest? So you're probably thinking, like, how did I come about this idea? Like, what created it? What made me think that this is a good issue to talk about? So obviously Black Panther came out, I think, about 2 weeks ago now, and no spoilers in this video, don't worry, but it really got me thinking because it was an amazing film, by the way, excellently done. I mean, the costume, music, the acting was excellent. And it got me thinking, what is the aim of Black Panther as the film? Like, what was the aim of the film? And I believe the aim of the film was to raise consciousness and raise awareness of 3 particular issues that I identified. The first issue was racism, obviously, that was the initial one. The second issue was post-colonial scars. That was my next issue. So the idea that even after colonization, even after the colonizers have left nations, they leave behind a lot of troubled past, a lot of troubled scars that they leave behind on those nations. And the final one was the idea of being disenfranchised and the idea of a youth population feeling as though they can't identify with the people in power or the people that they see are supposed to be representing them. So those are the 3 issues I kind of picked up from the film. Those of you who have watched it will kind of get that. If you do watch it, you'll understand where those issues come from. And I've thought, okay, so this is the issue. This is what Black Panther has identified as an issue. So what current solutions do we have in place in order to combat the 3 issues? And the first thing that popped into my head was Black Lives Matter as a protest. So for those of you who don't know, Black Lives Matter was a form of protest that is an international protest group that was established in 2013 by several different people. And when they established Black Lives Matter, the aim was to raise awareness of the plight of Black people in America, particularly in America, but also all around the world, and to highlight the injustices that Black people were facing. So it got me thinking, obviously we haven't heard a lot from Black Lives Matter recently because there haven't been any particular incidents in America. I think the last time we really had a spike in hearing about Black Lives Matter was at Charlottesville last August. For those of you who don't know, Charlottesville was an event where there were several Nazis, several white supremacists marching, protesting against some Confederate statues being pulled down, and a lady was killed there because she was protesting against that. She didn't believe in that ideology and she sadly died. So that was kind of the last time, for me personally, please correct me if I'm wrong, but that was the last time we prominently heard of Black Lives Matter in the media. So I thought, is Black Lives Matter actually doing an effective job? Are they tackling the issues of racism, of post-colonial scars, and of feeling disenfranchised? So I thought, on one hand, the positives of Black Lives Matter are significant because they even in the title of the protest, it identifies the issue. And I think that's a really important thing that Black Lives Matter does. It identifies the issue. By stating Black Lives Matter, it shows that we've almost come to a place where we have to state as black people that our lives matter. And that's significant because it shows that we haven't achieved equality yet if we have to inform people that our lives matter. So in that sense, Black Lives Matter, it clearly identifies the problem and the theme that runs through it, which is that we're protesting against the fact that we are this particular stereotype. We're saying that no, Black lives matter, they are important, and that is significant because it identifies the problem and it raises the consciousness of us as listeners or as outsiders who are looking in on this issue. So that's one positive. The second positive I find in Black Lives Matter is that I think because it's quite grassroots, so it's not the biggest organisation in the world. It's not as big as something like the NAACP, which is the National American Association for Coloured People, I believe. So it's not as big an organisation, but the idea behind it is to raise consciousness. That is the aim of Black Lives Matter. So I think in that sense it's an incredibly effective method of protest. But then on the other hand, if we look at the negatives of Black Lives Matter, we can see that although it's attempting to raise consciousness and although it's attempting to change attitudes to the way in which Black lives are perceived, particularly in America, we face the issue of the fact that because it's so grassroots, even though it being grassroots is a positive, it's also a negative in the sense that we're not seeing a lot of federal legislation from the group. We're seeing some state changes, some things in the states are being changed, but on a federal basis, on a national basis in America, we're not seeing any significant legislation that is changing the lives of black people on a daily basis. And I think that's an interesting point, is that what do we want from a protest group? It raises the issue of what is the aim of a protest group? Is it to change your attitudes, or is it to make a difference for the lives of regular Americans and people all over the world? So in that sense, we wonder, is Black Lives Matter in fact ineffective because it hasn't been able to bring about that amazing substantial change that someone like Martin Luther King did in 1964 and 1965 with the Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act respectively. So in those are the two kind of arguments that we've got to weigh up. Personally, in my opinion, I'm not too... I think it's an interesting issue. I can't specifically say whether I think it's effective or not, because I think whether it's effective or not depends on your opinion of what a protest group is designed to do. If you as a person believe that a protest group should change legislation and should change lives quickly, then I don't believe that Black Lives Matter will be an effective form of protest for you. But if you believe that protest is about changing attitudes and raising consciousness, which I think is very important, then Black Lives Matter is quite effective in that sense, because it evokes conversation, it provokes debate, it brings about other ideas and other thoughts from other people that are really, really important to have. So I think that's really significant. So yes, this is my second video on Black Lives Matter. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, please comment, please subscribe down below. Subscribe up and comment down below. Please tell me what you thought of the video, the quality, the content, and also tell me what you think. Like, I want to know, do you think Black Lives Matter is effective? Do you think it isn't effective? What was your favourite point that I made in the video? What did you think I was right on? What did you think I was wrong on? Was there stuff that you completely disagree with? Are there facts that are wrong? Is there anything that you think that you can correct from me? And I'd really love to hear from you. So yes, thank you so much for watching my video, and please subscribe to my channel. I've got lots more to come, and hopefully if you have any suggestions at all for anything, any topics that you think would be really interesting for me to talk about, please tell me. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!